Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video I'm going to be doing some bridging builds and maybe even showing you how to fill out terrain in open worlds. Gonna get straight to the point there. No point in wasting time, I guess. This is just somewhere in the world. The docks over that way. Kind of. I think this is a little building that I built earlier. So yeah, so this video is about kind of bridges, filling in gaps, so the world's a lot more interesting, especially when you've got big open maps. Like you can see here, I've got a footpath winding down off that way, you know, so you gotta try and make it scenic so people don't get bored while walking through things like this. So yeah, this map is intended to be an adventure map. So there will be parts of it I will not be showing you, as I want things to be a surprise when I upload it onto the internet for people to download. But in saying that, I will eventually do like a show around once it's been out for a little while. So yeah, so this is a little bridge. It was originally built just kind of for the sake of it, just mucking around. Built this house on that one. That was pretty much the start of this world. With some crappy ruins, sorry, that I'm going to get rid of. But it actually ended up working really good because I got to use the lower part of it, which made it make sense for the size it was, for a footpath. So now I get to come down here, it's all lit up. So yeah, again, these are beacons. I'm just using the Conquest 3D model texture pack mod, as well as just the regular texture pack. These could easily be switched out. You can have torches, you could have kind of like the villager style torches, you know, black wool, a circle of torches around it. You could just have a couple of chandeliers down. I'll show you one a bit later in the inn we're going to visit down the road. Even glowstone or redstone lamps, you know, they're fine. So yeah, so I got this footpath coming down the hillside. These things here, these structures here, hold up. Okay, these here are solely put in just so you don't have large squares of dirt going down your hill. For people who don't know what I'm talking about, it's like saying if I wanted my footpath to come off this way, and then I just went like this, just to try and make my footpath work, you know? It looks horrible, like genuinely looks horrible, and it doesn't make sense. Like even if you were to kind of build up everything as you go along, it would end up in your mountain coming out like an extra 4 or 5 blocks. So this is, I'll clean that up later. This is the alternative, which is building these little things I find. And as this one was coming down too far, as I didn't have enough to build on, I built this little platform. Definition of too far is whatever you don't like. So for instance, someone might decide that here was too far, so they'd have their platform start here, or maybe even here was too far. You know, but I didn't mind it going down a fairly long way. So some of you might not like that. Some of you might think it could have even gone all the way. You know, not too concerned with it. So yeah, so that's what I've done around here, just to get the footpath up. That's kind of like the benefit of building on an amplified biome. I understand a lot of people don't have grunty enough computers to handle that. And what is... annoying. But yeah, but you can still do this on any form of mountain or anything. Even in the regular kind of maps. So yeah, so that comes through a cave. It's not done up yet, because I'm not sure if I want to make another footpath off this way, or maybe even head something through the mountain a little. Undecided as of yet. So that leads down to the coarse dirt, which is this material here. It just looks a bit nicer in this texture pack. The footpath isn't done. I want to make it look a lot more detailed. It's just currently chucked in, so I know where it is going to go. So I got the bridge here. So this is kind of art design. So Twin Peaks, you know, I got one a little lower than the other one, just because I don't like things perfectly the same, and then it would look like McDonald's, which would just be horrible. So I got a second layer down here. Very simple design, like nothing needs to be happening here. I had gaps in the middle open before, but I think the fence just filters it out real nice. So yeah, so that's just something real simple. You can see off each side easy. It doesn't look too bad. I say that because it's a pretty average build. But yeah, like overall it fits in. Like it works nice there, I find. And I might like edit the terrain around it a little, just to make it come up on the sides. Yeah, just so it looks like it's kind of sunken into the hill a little. So yeah, it's got like a little dig through. Could have just removed the hill, smoothed it over again, but you know, a nice little tunnel to make things a little bit more interesting. Same thing can be said if you have kind of like no hills in the area, like you're on a flat, you could just make a hill. And not too hard, as long as you don't make lots of excessively high one-sided walls. You should be alright. Like I think 4 is the max that you would ever go. Usually 2 or 3, but 4 is the max if you're on these bigger kind of hills. Because even that looks a bit, yeah. Damn, world generator's not working right for me. So yeah, footpath ain't done. Like I was saying, it's just an outline, so I know where I'm going. It's too straight right now. So for me personally, the footpath would come out and then around and through, like kind of like following the landscape rather than cutting through it. So that comes all the way around here. Until finally you're weary down the line, you need a drink, you know. It's one of them days. And you reach the obelisk inn. Not happy with the signs, I'll be honest. I don't like them. Cool, so this is all built into the base of this structure. This was all floating at one point, so like that was the lowest point, I think, that level. So what I did was, I built this whole lower section. I made it as organic as I could. All honest, I was a little lazy on the back half, and I just made walls. Made the inside a bit more interesting, but yeah, I'll need to do that up if I plan on releasing this. Sorry, when I plan on releasing this. So yeah, so this is the obelisk inn. I used a combination of birch and dark oak just because I found they contrasted really nice, and I could use them for the different levels. So you know, like birch floor, so I'd have dark oak detailing, then go into the dark oak floor, so I got the birch wood detailing. But you know, well, this one was a mistake, but but I liked it. Looked a bit weird down here when it had the dark oak, so I found just regular birch was fine for that. Yeah. So with big open areas like this, if this was all one floor level, it would be really plain. So just having a couple of like ups and downs make it a lot more interesting. Because even if this just came down straight away, like came down 2 blocks and then it was just like this level or just this level the whole way, it'd be, you know, you can see everything. It's yeah. This is the chandelier I was talking about. You know, just a simple cross section. So yeah, you got like a little private room. Yeah, so this is the inn. So this is the kind of like the tap for your ale and whatnot. It's got a couple of cooking stoves, a bench for like preparation of food. Over here, it's supposed to be a chest in there. So yeah, nice. So it's like a little cupboard. And then okay, that's wrong. Ignore this. Oh, much better. Okay, and then you come upstairs. Got little torches with a stair on top. Still not entirely happy because it looks like it's going to burn the place down, but nevertheless, so you know, they're just labelled 1 through whatever. They're real simple designs. I didn't really do much with them. So it's 1 through 5 up in here. There's another little janitor's closet, I guess you could say. And then you come up through this way, and you got yourself a nice little veranda porch thing. Look out to the lovely scenery, which will hopefully have some details around here and whatnot. And that footpath carries along to the shoreline, which goes all the way to the dock. What we'll be building is a bridge that will be also going towards the dockways, which splinters off this way. But it's going to go to the dock, and it's going to head off that way towards the beacons. Sorry about the render distance. My computer won't do over 60 frames comfortably when I'm at the max render, max view distance. Okay, so here's what I plan on building. Here's where I plan on building. So this is just kind of like first bridge. I don't have any plans for the design yet. Just got some generic materials. Bit of stone, bit of wood makes things a bit interesting. I'm thinking probably pillars straight down into the water level, because it's not overly high, and if I have a lower level support down here, I can bring pillars straight down, which I find make things look a lot nicer when they fill all the way down to the ground, or at least, you know, to a point in which it looks like the bridges are thoroughly supported. I put the glowstone in because I have a very large map and I plan on making a lot of detail in it, and so I have a bunch of places marked with glowstone, so when I fly over it I can see it at nighttime. Obviously if your map isn't as big, you could probably just do like pillars or whatnot, but I find glowstone works real nice. You just switch it to nighttime, have a quick flyover, like over there, get a good idea of what you want to do. I did edit this terrain a little bit, you know, you're just filling things in. Try not to make any pillar over 3. Over here 4 would be okay, like here, it's a 4+ here, but it's right at the bottom and it's surrounded by a couple of smaller ones, you know, it balances out. Cool, so I'm gonna go with probably just a wood log frame. Do something real generic. So I'm gonna bring this across. So yeah, designing a bridge is pretty simple. You can go as extravagant or just as plain as you so desire. Yeah, I don't know. I like bridges because they're a really good way at filling out terrain, especially when you got lots of kind of rivers going around and stuff, because they look nice, even very basic ones. And they just make the area seem a lot more interesting. But in saying that, you know, if I had, you know, like 3 or 4 bridges right here, it'd be, you know, a bit of overkill. So you gotta find the balance. So I'm just gonna have a look. I'm not too sure what I want yet, so I'm just gonna set this up. I have a footpath coming up here. So yeah, so that bridge will lead through this forest, around up over there, and that's where the town for the port will be. So it'd be all the housing, all the storage and whatnot. So yeah, so the other one's more of a direct route straight to the docks. This one's more of a docks or that way kind of thing, which is nice. Split paths are so much nicer than just having a couple of straight paths to each different destination. Okay, now I want to do supports, so I'm just going to quickly count this out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10. Yeah, fuck it. Think about there. About there looks right. Okay. So I'm going to bring this across. I would like to have an extended bit for when the the logs intersect. It looks nice. Yet again, just like enough, like it's not too much, but if you ever see if I have a couple supports going on. Hey, welcome back. I'm an idiot and lost about not too much, like 10 minutes footage. As you can see, the bridge developed a little bit. I'll just do a bit of explaining of what happened during that last little bit. So, here's the extensions that I was talking about when the video cut out. So, just adds a bit of, I don't know, 3D-ness, if that's the right terminology for it. But, like, because if I didn't have these, this whole front face would be flat and a lot more plain. Like, even now, it's still pretty plain. I could do something to make it pop a little more. When it came to the supports, I only wanted to lower it to a certain point and then add these stone attachments, because it makes it a bit wider, which shows a bit more, I don't know, security, makes it seem like it's actually doing something. And so I added them in at different varying levels depending. So these two segments were done at the same level as they ended at the same level. But as these columns ended at different levels, I did different levels of stone pillars. I like to do this yet again, keep things different. Come on, there we go. Keep things different, not exactly the same. When it came to the design of under here, it was literally, I started throwing blocks down and I ended up with this. And then since these smaller areas, I made the compact version. When it comes to designs and bridges and stuff, just make stuff up. Like that last one I only had one gap, like it was a one line, so I just put fence across it, it was fine. This is two, so you can't fence it because it looks a bit plain. So I'm not, it's alright, it looks quite nice. Just one of the big things is you have to make sure structures look good from varying distance and angle. Otherwise, it's just, like one angle will be amazing and then you'll see it from somewhere else and it just looks horrible. I was debating putting a roof on earlier and I've decided I shall, so I'm just going to raise these up a couple. This will be a two-part video as I've got a nice little setup just over the hill where I'm going to show you adding multiple of one structure into an area. So it's a little island where I want to have multi-access to, and so I'm going to show you how to add bridges and little details effectively so they don't seem repetitive. Again, using stone because I like to mix up the colours. And otherwise everything looks the same. I'm just going to have a quick look to see what this looks like with stone wall on it. Oh, I have to stuff up. Oh, this one's get rid of that because I don't want them joining. So yeah, a lot of trial and error when you build these kind of things. Yeah, it looks good. Brings the color down. So for this one, I'm going to do I'm going to be boring. It'll be very horribly boring. And do a very basic design. I don't actually want that now. Yeah, because sometimes it's not about extravagance, it's more about, I don't know, like fitting the right detail in the right place. So this bridge is in a very out of the way place. The closest town's a fair way away, so you're not going to expect this lovely, amazing structure. It looks nice, it does, but I'm not going to build some extravagant thing because it's in the middle of nowhere. It's just there so people can cross this water effectively rather than up and down the hillside. Since the closest town will be over there or way over there. So it's nice. It looks okay. But overall, it could be a lot more detailed. It could be a lot more extravagant. But needs it. I'm a little gutted I missed out on some of my footage, in all honesty, because I said so much smart and intelligent, and the bridge design was so much better in yeah, this video, it ruined everything. No, quality of content is just as bad. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for, I'm gonna probably change up the front though, because I don't like that front look. Okay. Yeah, because I mean, when it comes to these kind of builds, like, not necessarily large builds, just open space ones. So I'm in the right place, I'm an idiot. It pays just to have a couple of nice little things, like a couple of really nice looking things, rather than like one or two big things, because otherwise you've just got these large empty areas with nothing in it, and oh, it's not good. One thing we can do to spice up the bridge's roof is add a different colored wooden, either like for the trimming or a couple of columns. So I might like put some columns across where the stone piles are, and maybe even do a trimming as well. It just adds a bit of, a bit of variation again to the color, and I find colors especially work better in odds. So I've got dark wood for the pillar, stone, and then this whiter wood. So so it looks alright. So if I added a different coloured wood, I might add a fifth colour, because that would be colour number 4. But I know it'll be alright because of the way it's all set up. And frankly, the stone and this oak, even though they are very different, my stone walls have this brown integrated into them, so it kind of blends a little with the oak log. Not in the literal sense, more just the kind of visual. I don't know how to explain it. I'm really bad. Trust me, I need another color. Let's get rid of this. Yeah, it's real hard getting things like this to work real nicely with like decent amount of detail, like when it's real long like this. One thing I could do is raise the roof in the middle, so have it go up a little bit and then back down again. For this build, personally, I think that works best on small bridges, like ones that would end at like here-ish. So from about here to here, just have it raised up. It looks real nice. But I think personally for this build, since it's so long, it just doesn't need it. Might even end that a block earlier. That looks absolutely horrible, Nick. Good job. Yet again, all about seeing how it looks. Yeah, that's alright. Don't think. Yeah, that one went flush. Or maybe the overhangs. Yeah, the overhang's a bit nicer. So I'm going to bring this side out. A lot of trial and error with my build style. I'd suggest you don't build like me, considering I guessed where the center was. Like, I guessed right. So, like, don't get me wrong, I'm pretty good at eyeing stuff up like that. But in saying that, I've done a lot of builds where I get halfway through and then go, well, I'm one block out and have to demolish like a couple hours worth of work. Oh my gosh, I can't type right now. There we go. This roof, and then we might ooh, what colour? Oak's fairly fair. Might just go for a spruce. Dark oak's too dark, too different for this particular one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add this in to all the little areas. Oops, is that right? Yeah. To all the little stone pillars. And that should just add enough variation of colour to make it seem a little less bland. Not too happy that I have to do this on a corner though. It's not really a bad thing, it's just it's not even a it's just and so we'll need some spruce slabs to go for the adornings at the top. Okay, see, this is why I didn't want it, because now I'm uncertain about that. I could always just make the whole top spruce, in all honesty. So rather than doing a border where I take the lowest level ones all the way around, I can just do essentially the same by taking the top layer. Oh, really bad. It's really late and I'm tired, so things aren't going my way. What am I kidding? It's not late. It's only like 1 AM. Okay. So now I'm hoping... Yeah, see? Looks much nicer. It even gives like a little bit of a curved look. I don't know if you see it, but I do. So yeah, so that's just a real quick bridge design. That was off the top of my head, like literally. So yeah, so things to remember. Kind of supports are a big one. You know, always make them look fairly realistic. Second one is the second tier supports. So you got your main floor and then your second tier supports. Have to decide how low, how many you want. For instance, this one could not use more than one. It needed to be at least 2. Could have gone 3 if I really wanted to. But I think that would have dropped these pillars a little too short. Roofs, optional, depending where you are. This area is hilly and rains a lot, so it makes sense to have a roof. And always go for like 3 plus colors in these kind of builds, you know, just to mix things up, and don't segregate areas, like a whole area, to one color. Like these flooring, even this flooring's broken up by the logs, you know, and then the sides of the bridge is broken up between logs, planks, and stone. You know, just keeping a bit of different color up there. In the next video, I will take you over the hill, way over the hill. You can't even see it from here. Yeah, it's a while away. It's over there. Anyway, and I'll show you doing multiple builds in one little area. So until then, I'll catch you later.